Going to look at this. All right, so this would be our setup with a center, a tackle, quarterback, running back. Okay, and then we have our end and our linebacker. Okay, so these are different ways that we have, okay, to play the option. Okay, plug for us is where our defensive end is going to squeeze the down block of the tackle. Okay, keep his shoulders square. The quarterback keeps the ball. He is going to end up being the quarterback player. Okay, if the running back were to get the ball and wind back, you should be there, okay, to play the ball carrier. All right. Tango, that is a way for us to take the dive right away with the end and then gap exchange with the will. Okay, or with our inside linebacker. So he becomes the quarterback player. Okay, and then kill is our way to make it look like we are going to chase the dive. All right, and then at the last second, plant our foot in the ground and pop the quarterback right as the running back passes the mesh point. Okay, so these are the three different ways, three different calls that we have to try to defend just read option. Okay, this drill now gives you the ability to not only rep the ways you want to stop the option, okay, but also now we're going to get an open field tackle, usually on what would be the quarterback. Okay, so when the quarterback keeps the ball in this drill, it's going to turn into an open field tackle for somebody. Okay, depending on which way you want to play the option. Okay, it's going to turn into an open field tackle. All right, could be the end, could be the linebacker. All right, so I'm going to pull up a clip here for you real quick. So as I stated, all right, it could end up being a situation where the ball is handed off and then the ball winds back. Okay, I'm going to get to the end zone view here. This should be a better clip. Okay, so number 15 is our end here. Okay, here's our will. Okay, we are plugging this. All right, so he's going to try to squeeze. He's not going to get enough of the tackle, but you will see him staying square using what some people call surf technique. Okay, so he should have the quarterback if the ball was kept. If the ball winds back to him, we're going to own our hip. Okay, we're going to own our leverage, and we should come through and make the tackle, just as if the quarterback kept the ball. So we're going to watch him right here, number 15. Okay, we're squeezing, trying to stay square. It turns into a tackle with both he and the will. Okay, so that's a drill that now in the drill we're not necessarily going to be tackling the running back, but once we've tackled the quarterback in space, it's a similar type of tackle. Okay, my shoulders are square. I want to attack the near hip of the ball carrier. Okay, that drill is now, as you've seen, played a part into this game. We've defended the option in the way we wanted to using the plug call, and now we've performed an open field tackle in the backfield, okay, for us. Okay, it's all coming right from that drill. Okay, very situational type of drill. This is not us having cones on the field and running and we're going to shimmy and tag off on somebody. This is literally a play for us within a game, okay, that happens in this drill. Okay, so that is our read option drill. All right, circle chase. Okay, this is from Kirby Smart at Georgia. All right, this is a drill mostly meant, okay, for linebackers and DBs. Okay, this could be modified for defensive linemen, okay, if you want it, but it is mostly a drill for linebackers and DBs. All right, sorry about that, guys. Let me get back into this. All right, so with our circle chase drill, okay, meant mostly for linebackers and DBs, as I stated. Okay, could be modified for defensive linemen. It's going to be a variation of what we would call compression tackling drill. Okay, where once again you are learning about how do I own my leverage, where's my help at. In this specific drill, your help is the sideline. Okay, so your compression is going to come from an inside-out tackler and the sideline. Okay, using each other's help, okay, to make a play. All right. So it teaches players how to use their help and own their leverage. Gets offensive skill players involved. There will be if you would like to, there will be a throw, a catch, ball security. If you get into this drill, as we've done in the past, and you realize that you have some kids that don't catch the ball very well, then just put the ball in the offensive player's hands right from the jump, have them simulate a catch, which you'll see here, and then get into the box for the tackle here. all right, as I'll show you here in 1 second. So it's going to help emphasize ball security, help emphasize creating takeaways as well, okay, as well as a very authentic open field tackle. All right, so I'm going to show you a clip of this drill. This is the clip that I first learned it from online. Okay, so as you can see here, here is your ball carrier. Okay, here's a defensive player right on his hip. Here's a defensive player facing him. These two guys are going to run around the dot, around what would be your cone, okay, and then work into this area here to perform the tackle. All right, so the player that is trailing the ball carrier, okay, he is the guy that is going to try to strip the ball. All right, he's going to try to create the takeaway. All right, so as you see, this receiver is going to head around this dot, okay? Ball is going to come from the quarterback. All right, so there's your throw and your catch. There's your offensive work. All right, so receiver has to catch it basically in traffic because he has somebody on his hip, needs to tuck it away quickly so the ball is not smacked out. All right, so what you'll see here that we try to not have so much of when we run this drill, we want this guy trailing, okay, to get one good swipe at the ball, all right, as this guy catches it. And then if he doesn't get it, he needs to let the guy go to get in the square so that the tackler can get his rep, okay, actually performing a tackle. Okay, you'll see here how this guy kind of holds him up, but we want that guy to let him go and get all the way into the square. Okay, so there comes the catch. Okay, there comes the turn upfield for the offensive player. This is where we would look to punch the ball out from the trailer. And here's our defender working his way into the box. His help, once again, is the sideline. He should be inside out. Okay, as you can see here, there's a little too much happening with the guy that's trailing the ball carrier. We want to let him go, and then we can perform an inside-out tackle, okay, on the ball carrier with our defender who went around his cone, okay, 10 yards away from where the receiver went around theirs. All right? So that is a nice example of circle chase. You get a lot of reps in really quick as soon as that receiver comes around the edge and that DB or linebacker gets into the square. Boom, boom, we're coming through. We're making a tackle where it might be thud, it might be tag off, whatever tempo you want to run, and then bang, the next guys are going. Okay, so it is really, really quick, really, really high tempo for us. But, man, it's creating a very authentic tackle. Okay, a very authentic tackle where my sideline is now my help. Okay, I'm coming inside out. I want to make sure he doesn't cross my face. Okay, I want to run him to that 12th defender being a sideline and make a tackle that way. All right, so that is circle chase that I got from Kirby Smart at Georgia. All right, gap tackle. So now we're going to focus on more so defensive linemen. Okay, this could be all three levels. For us, we do this with defensive linemen. Our linebackers coach likes to implement this a little bit. I feel like it is a phenomenal drill for defensive linemen. It is the most authentic drill for defensive linemen because it's putting them in the situation that they're going to see most likely in games in terms of the tackles that they'll make. A tackle in their gap that's ugly. They're fighting off of a block. It's going to probably be a one-arm tackle because their other arm's getting held. Okay, so this is about as game-like as we can possibly be. Okay, the emphasis here, DeLand, maintain your gap. Fight the pressure you're getting from the offensive player. Okay, don't get washed out of your gap. Okay, keep that outside arm and leg free, and we want to try to fit up the ball carrier with our free arm and leg. Okay, I feel like this fits pretty much any scheme. Okay, and like I said, this is when we do our tackling circuit, we make sure our D-line, whatever circuit we are running, they are going to do this drill, okay, in some way, shape, or form, period. Every single day we work on tackling because it puts them in an extremely game-like situation, okay? So taking a look at this is the exact clip that I found it from online, okay? Here's the offensive player where my mouse is. Here's the defensive player facing the end zone. Okay, so they're simulating, I'm in my gap, right? I've tried to rip off the tackle, okay? It didn't happen cleanly. I still have that offensive lineman attached to me, but I have my gap arm and leg free, okay? So I'm going to try to make the tackle with that arm and leg, okay? So let's take a look at this player right here. Here's the ball carrier back here. So they are working in groups of 3. What we do is we have a rotation. Offense goes to defense, ball carrier goes to the offensive lineman, defender goes to the running back. That's how we work it. Okay, but taking a look here, fighting pressure, coming through, making the tackle with your outside arm. Okay, and really trying to get that near leg up on contact. Okay, so let's watch this guy. It's a pretty good example. Making the tackle with his left shoulder, trying to get that left foot up, near leg, near shoulder, okay, on contact. Fighting the pressure, boom, come through, be explosive. So instead of just sticking my arm out there and letting him run through an arm tackle, we're teaching you, hey, you might be getting held. You might not have both arms, but we can still be aggressive and come through our hips and throw our shoulders and wrap up with that one arm. Okay, so let's take a look at it one more time. Great drill for especially defensive linemen. As you can see, you could easily incorporate this, okay, with linebackers as well.